Hello, my name is Vicki Roth. I'm a physical therapist from Aurora Sports Health. Welcome to Play Like a Pro Training Tips. Today we're going to be talking about finding your natural arm slot. We're going to be discussing what arm slot is. We're also going to be talking about the importance of your natural arm slot, and we're also going to find your natural arm slot and show you how to do that. What is arm slot? Arm slot is basically the position or angle of the arm during the throwing position at release point. Today we have Brandon here from the Chinooks. He's going to be helping us demonstrate some of these arm slot positions. So Brandon, I'm going to have you get into your throwing position, and I'm going to have you bring your arm out right to the side. So in this position, this is considered a side arm slot. If somebody throws in a position that's more a little bit raised like this, that's called a 3/4 slot. Now, if his arm's even further up, in this position here, that is called a full slot position. There's also another slot position that's called submarine. So that's a little bit below the sidearm or the horizontal. So it's usually down in this direction over here. Your natural arm slot is really important, and it's basically based on how the anatomy of the arm is. On the shoulder, there is a ball and socket, and there's a little bony ridge that's called the acromion that's part of the shoulder blade system. Everybody's ball and socket and shape of the acromion is slightly different. Posturing is a little bit different. So everybody has their own natural and unique arm slot. And we want to maintain that natural arm slot. We don't want to be changing it, because if we do, we could run the risk of injury like impingement or rotator cuff dysfunction and other issues. So we want to have that natural arm slot occur. So how do we find the natural arm slot? Arm slot can be found by just throwing without thinking. So if you have a child or a kid and you're trying to figure out how to find that natural arm slot, what you're going to have them do is say, pick up a stone and throw it in the lake. Where their arm position is without the process of thinking is their natural arm slot. Nobody's going to want to throw in a position where their arm is painful or uncomfortable. Also, natural arm slot is usually when the body is nice and upright, okay? A lot of times when coaches will tell a player to throw overhand because they think that's where they should be throwing, what ends up happening, and I'm going to have you demonstrate this, so go into your stagger set. So let's say his natural arm slot is a side arm slot. So his arm slot, this is where he should be throwing. So if a coach tells him, okay, I'm going to have you throw overhead, he's going to get that arm up there somehow. And it's usually not by just lifting his arm up like that, because that could cause some injury in here. So typically what you'll see the kids do, or players do, is rotate their body like that, okay? So now it looks like a full position, but it's really not. It's actually his natural arm is there, okay? Now, we throw with our body. About 80% of the strength of our throw is through our body, okay? So we want our body nice and upright and nice and level and nice and stable. This is a repeatable motion. So we really don't want to be messing with changing somebody's arm slot. You can relax. So typically when I'm doing an analysis or coaching someone with throwing or pitching, I never, ever, ever change the throwing arm position. I may change their body and correct their body position and work on posturing and keeping a level shoulder, level eyes with it. I might even change their glove arm, but I never, ever, ever change their throwing arm, because that's when you're messing with injury. And that's it for Play Like a Pro Training Tips. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Brendan, for coming and participating today. If you want to improve your game, we can help. If you want to learn more about our performance program, visit us at aurora.org/sportsperformance. Thank you.